I haven't been drawing reptiles for a while now. I was hesitant a bit. I remembered my turtle studies. I tried to illustrate 25 species, and since they have distinct features, scales, textures, I remember I almost spent a month on those studies. At the end, I was happy that I did that, but I didn't want to look at any more turtles. For example, when I try to make studies of birds, I don't get that feeling in the end. And actually, birds are reptiles too, so it shouldn't be so different. So I decided not to try to draw all the lizard species out there. And I want to look at cute reptiles, therefore, I chose geckos to start with, and I limited myself with only 3 species this time. But actually, geckos are the most species-rich group of lizards, more than 1,000 different species worldwide. I looked at different images of these animals and tried to decide which ones to draw. I wanted to understand these animals more, so I needed to get a grasp on the typical shape of geckos, but since I do these studies for not just learning but also inspiration for creature design and world building projects, I also wanted to draw the animals that have unique features to revisit later on. Since I don't want making studies into boring chores, I picked geckos that have colorful skins, which was nice to look at. So I ended up with choosing geckos from 3 different genera, one from true geckos, one from day geckos, and one from dwarf geckos. This one is actually Mauritius ornate day gecko. I chose this one because I especially like the colors and the pattern on its back. It is native to the island of Mauritius and some surrounding islands and typically inhabits different trees and bushes. It is the smallest day gecko, around 12 centimeters, but in general geckos are small animals. There are species which can be just 16 millimeters, and the largest gecko that was found was around 600 millimeters. So there can be a huge difference between species. Geckos are really a diverse group of lizards found in warm climates across the globe. Most gecko species lack eyelids. Instead, their eyes are covered by a transparent membrane which they can clean by licking. Adapted primarily for nocturnal life, geckos possess exceptional night vision, with color sensitivity far surpassing that of humans. Their eyes have evolved from diurnal ancestors, developing specialized cone cells and multifocal optical system that allows clear vision at multiple depths. Geckos are also well known for their adhesive toed pads, which enabled them to climb smooth vertical surfaces and even ceilings. In many warm regions, certain species such as the house gecko coexist closely with humans, feeding on household pests. Like many other lizards, geckos can autotomize their tails as a defensive mechanism, sacrificing the tail to escape predators. Geckos are particularly notable for their vocalizations, which vary between species. Many geckos produce chirping and clicking sounds for social communication. Some geckos are also capable of producing hissing sounds when threatened. For instance, the Tokay gecko, which is the gecko I'm trying to illustrate here, is known for its loud mating calls. This name Tokay is coming from that sound. It imitates the sound this animal is making. It is native to Asia and some Pacific islands, and it is naturally found in rainforests where it inhabits trees and rocky cliffs. However, it often adjusts well to living near humans in rural areas, where it can be seen at night moving across walls and ceilings as it hunts insects. This nocturnal gecko is among the larger species and can grow as large as 40 centimeters. Its skin is generally blue-gray with red or orange spots and speckles, but the animal can change the color of its skin to blend into the environment. The Tokay gecko holds cultural importance in several East Asian countries where it features prominently in local folklore. Various legends have associated the gecko with mystical abilities. In parts of Southeast Asia, it is regarded as a symbol of prosperity and fertility, and some traditions even consider it to be a descendant of dragons. Tokay geckos are increasingly popular as pets due to their vivid colors and impressive size. While many are still wild caught, captive breeding is becoming more common. Wild caught adults tend to be aggressive and can deliver a strong bite, making them challenging to handle. However, captive bred juveniles are often easier to manage if they are handled regularly from a young age. With proper care, Tokay geckos can live up to 15 or 20 years. For me, the most interesting part of this animal is its eyes. It has different eyes from the other geckos and they look otherworldly. While not all gecko species are kept as pets, several species have become quite popular in the pet trade. Their manageable size and relatively long lifespan contribute to their popularity. So after making some research on geckos and drawing 3 species, I think geckos offer a wealth of visual inspiration for design projects, world building and creature design due to their incredible diversity, unique physical traits and adaptability. Their vibrant color patterns ranging from bright blues and oranges to earthly browns and greens can inspire striking palettes for character or creature design. Some species like the Tokay gecko have striking spots and mottled skin that could easily be incorporated into textures of fantasy creatures, alien species, or even fashion design. Their ability to cling to walls and ceilings using specialized toe pads opens up creative possibilities for designing creatures adapted to vertical environments such as cave dwellers, urban climbers, or arboreal beings in fictional worlds. The gecko's ability to shed and regenerate its tail can inspire adaptive or self-healing features in sci-fi or fantasy species, adding layers of biological realism to invented creatures. Gecko's large, lidless eyes and nocturnal adaptations provide another source of creative feel. Their multicolored night vision could influence the design of alien eyes, bioluminescent pupils, or creatures evolved for low-light worlds. Their habit of licking their eyes clean could also inspire unusual creature behavior or anatomy, adding both realism and wonder to fictional ecosystems. Culturally, geckos have symbolic significance in many traditions, from luck and fertility to mythical ties with dragons. This blend of natural biology and cultural symbolism allows geckos to be reimagined as spiritual guides, magical familiars, or creatures tied to ancient prophecies in world-building projects. So, whether designing fantastical beasts, alien species, or innovative fashion and architecture, Gecko's unique combination of form, function, and symbolism offers endless inspiration for any type of creative project. So, this process of illustrating these reptiles didn't turn out to be as scary as I thought, and now I can look forward to drawing more lizards, and I hope to see you in my next species study.